Hello. Today we are talking about dynamic warm-up. Why is it important for athletes specifically and snow sport athletes specifically? How it can allow you to board throughout the season, through the entire season, for that injury prevention as well as that rehab process. So before I get started, my name is Mark. I am a doctor of physical therapy. I am part of a team. We are a mobility duo, my wife as well. We are athletes, primarily working with athletes for rehab and prevention. So check out our credentials below. Check out our merchandise, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Let's get started. So why do we warm up and why do we stretch before strenuous activity? Generally, we like to warm up the muscles and stretch before we are active to get the muscles pliable, to get them warmed up, to be able to handle the stressors that we place upon them. So in the past, we have really focused on kind of that static stretching. So, you know, the standard stand there, bend at your hips, touch your toes, and hold it for 30 seconds. And what we've really shown and seen kind of in the research is it doesn't always work. And what is actually more effective now is kind of a dynamic warm-up or stretching, which is what we're going to be doing today. Now, what that entails is doing the activities that you would normally do in your activities or your sport, while adding a stretch in and doing it for a lengthened period of time from 45 to 60 seconds. Today we're going to do, I think it's about 8 different stretches, dynamic warm-ups. And what I would highly recommend is, doing these in the parking lot. Just having kind of like maybe you and your buds can just have a small stretch of snow or parking lot and kind of just doing these things on the mountain pre-lift before you get started. It might look a little funny, but I promise you, you will feel better, your performance will elevate, and it'll be all around awesome. Okay, so if you can imagine, I have, let's say, 50 yards or so, or some small kind of path. My house is really tiny, so I'm just going to show you kind of the example. And if I have my length or my stretch of land, say it's the mountain, the grass, the sidewalk, whatever, before I'm going to perform, I'm just going to be doing these kind of repetitively, each movement. I usually say 60 seconds each one, and then you can do it a couple times, just until you feel like your body is really ready and warmed up, and you should really get a sweat going on these. So first one is cradle walks, and what that's going to look like is, just pretend I'm walking towards you. I'm going to grab my knee, push my knee down, push my knee up. Okay, and then next one, push my knee down, push my knee up, down, and up. And I'll just show you from the side. Push my knee down. So I'm pushing that knee away, pulling it up, and then other one, pushing it down and pulling it up. So you have some single leg balance there, really stretching the muscles in my glutes, my hips, things like that. So that's number one. Okay, so second one is, I call it quad pulls, and what that's going to be is it's going to be a lot of my hip hinging. So it's going to be a lot of my hamstrings, quads, and core. So what that's going to look like, I'll do it forward, front. So I'm going to grab my ankle here, balancing on that single leg. I'm coming forward, pulling my ankle back up towards the ceiling, sticking my arm out and coming back. Grabbing my other leg, single leg balance, grabbing my ankle, hinging from my hips. So my hips, I'm not bending from my back, my hips are doing all the work here. Coming back, I'm feeling that in my quads in the front, my hamstrings, using my core, as well as adding in that balance. So one more time, here, and then the other one. Okay, that's just all right. So once you've done that, number 3, we're doing open and close hips. So what that looks like is, with my left first, I'm coming out and in and out. Okay, right one, out and in and out. Okay, and then again from the side, out and in and out. Right one, out and in and out. And again, I'm really getting my hips primed. So you're kind of seeing a theme here. A lot of this stuff is my lower extremities. You can also add in, arms, the Michael Phelps kind of swimmer. I love this one. kind of stretches across my chest, my back, my shoulders, things like that. This one is one of my favorites. This one's really going to focus on that separation between my glutes and my core, which is super important with anything that I'm using to walk, run, balance, board, anything like that. So this one's going to be a lunge twist. So if I'm stepping forward, lunge, I'm dropping down, I'm not stepping, moving my body forward. So I lunge here, my body's going straight down, I'm twisting to the left, or you can twist to the right as well. Stepping back up on that front, and then I'll do it with my right. Stepping forward, dropping down, twist to the right, twist to the left. Okay? If I show you here, stepping forward, I'm dropping down, twist, twist. Right foot forward, down, twist, twist. Okay, so that one's really, really gonna burn. You should feel that one. Keep going. I know you'll probably feel a little bit tired after that, but keep going. Again, we're just getting that engine revved and going. Okay, so this one's very similar. This one's called a side lunge. And what that's gonna look like is, first I'll start from my left side. So I'm stepping to the side, lunging. Now I'm working on that single leg, kind of strengthening here, balance. I'm stretching my adductors or my groin. Here, I'm stepping forward. Now I can do this in multiple steps. Once I do a side step, I can step forward, take a couple of steps, and then continue again on that right side. Or I can take a side step here, one movement, here, one movement. So what that looks like to the side, here, stepping forward, here, or I'll do it from this side to the right side, side. Now be careful on that one because you are twisting. If you're pivoting on that foot, I like pivoting because it gets me ready for specifically soccer, because I'm doing a lot of that quick ankle movement. But if you have previous knee injuries, ACL specifically, be careful on that. I might recommend just coming to a stand, rotating, and doing it again. Okay, so obviously I'm feeling it now. Next one, we have side kicks. This one's really, really gonna be warm for our hamstrings and glutes. Just like it sounds, I'm having my arms up. This is a kind of a track warm up as well. So I'm just getting ready here, side kick, or front kick, high kicks, and then to the side, here. You can actually also kick back if you want as well. Here, 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 here. So again, glutes, hamstrings, hip flexors, core, it's the full pack. And then last one is the single leg RDLs. So what that's gonna look like is, we kind of already did it, but if we're just stretching here, bring our arms up, stepping forward, bringing our arms up. Now what you'll notice here is this is gonna be a lot of hamstrings and core. And again, I'm hinging, my hips are being pulled back, just like so. So here, 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 here. So it doesn't really matter as how straight your leg is. I'd rather have a little bend in that knee. As long as you're hinging from that, you're feeling like your hamstrings are working. That's the most important part, okay? That's that. Thank you so much for watching. So just to reiterate, why do we do this dynamic warm-up? We do this because we want to get our muscles primed and warmed up. Our muscles, our ligaments, our tendons, and our minds. We get everything kind of primed up before we perform at our optimal performance. Just like a car or a motorcycle that's just going to go out into the track, they don't just start cold. They get everything warmed up, for minutes, for many minutes. They get the engine warmed up. They get the tires warmed up. They don't shoot out of the gate cold. So it's just like that. And I challenge you to try this before you perform anything. So whether that's soccer, snowboarding, running, surfing, anything like that, I challenge you to try this, even for a couple of minutes, let's say 2 to 3 minutes. And just keep a note, if you notice a difference. And if anything, this will allow you to perform for the entire season. So if anyone who's ever been injured understands what that means. So Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think. We put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and we appreciate any comments, good or bad, as well as any likes. So until next time.